So the big question is this: how are creators like us, who aren't built for the 9 to 5, for the people who put their passion before them being comfortable, how do we turn that passion into a living that pays the bills and a life that we love? That is the question. This podcast will give you the answers. My name is Noah Mittman, and welcome to Conversations with Creators. Hello and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Creators. I am your host, Noah Mittman, local video marketer and promoter and all that, and I am super excited to have Vanessa Harroun on the show today. She does custom bags made out of cowboy boots and a whole bunch of other stuff. Thanks for being on.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. So that is such a niche thing to make. How did that get started for you?
Well, I have to say it was a higher power, but I had a friend whose wife had left him, and he had asked me to help him, load some things on Craigslist to sell them. And there was a brand new pair of Tony Lama boots. And I set them back to back, took a picture of them to load, to put them on Craigslist, and it just came to me. I'm very creative anyway, but it just looked like a purse to me, and
Yeah.
that's how it started.
Okay, so yeah, literally, so it's kind of like a vertical, more of a long purse than, so it's literally just out of a cowboy boot.
It's out of cowboy boots, one boot or two boots.
Yeah, that's epic.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Evidently,
else? What else have you made other than purses?
other than purses, I have bird feeders, bird
Cool.
houses, planters from boots. I also do hats that I decorate. And the first thing that I did was I made jewelry from fishing swivels.
Okay.
And that was the first thing I did. And then it just took off after that.
You have like the most Colorado business ever.
I think so too. I was born here on Colorado Day. I'm a native.
Yeah, nice. I say I'm not native, but I got here as soon as I could, and I
Yep.
made you native, so I did my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what is kind of the creative process for you? Like how does it go from kind of idea to functional and, existing?
Well, first I have to confess that I don't do it alone.
Oh yeah.
I I have 5 employees.
Nice.
So um I buy the boots, I buy all the material, and I start cutting them up there and getting them ready for the next person. The next person punches the holes in the boots to be sewn, and then they are handed off and then I sew the liner and get that all ready. Then it goes to another person, and she does the toes on the boot. And she is very creative and she's very good at what she does.
Yeah.
And so after that's done, it goes to another person that sews up the sides and the bottom and puts the liner in. And then it
Team
comes back
effort.
to me and I finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What all kind of styles do you cover? Because I see kind of the Japanese style behind you. What all of you tr-
Any
kind
cool any cool boots will do.
of okay.
Uh, oh, and then I
Okay,
have,
so it's out of the boots itself, the design on the boots.
oh yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And then I have another one that paints on the boots for me. So
Yeah.
this one here is tattooed by Ed Hardy, but
Nice.
I'll see a boot that just has a really cool design on it, and so she'll, I'll tell her, maybe I'll tell her what color or whatever, but she paints all my birdhouses and my planters, and so she's definitely a big part of it, of my creative process. I
Yeah.
say she makes me look good.
That's what a team does.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, that's a hell of a kind of a process that they go through. Where all are you selling them?
Gee, I have 18 vendors here in Colorado, and I am actually not thinking about, I am actually going to go to Nashville probably April or May and just bring a truck full of my
I
purses.
mean,
and
That's that is make complete sense of that being a logical place to go. I think
yeah.
it'll do really well there.
So I've had a booth at the stock show the last few years. Somebody had partnered with me and took pity on me and loved my wares. And so my stuff has gone to Las Vegas and Denver and Houston.
Nice.
Yeah,
All the country markets.
yeah, exactly.
What is there kind of a most challenging part of working with the boots as a material?
No, I've gotten to be pretty good at it. My very favorite thing to do is to make memory purses from somebody whose loved one had passed.
Yeah,
The first
that's really cool.
the first time that I cut up a pair of boots from somebody that had passed, I was I was panicking. I'm like, you can't replace these.
Right. Yeah,
and
that's the one you can't screw up. There's no
right
second chances on that.
and I've done probably a dozen or more. I just did four just recently, and it's the most calming, beautiful thing that I can do.
Mm, that makes sense because it's such a beautiful, it's such a personal thing to make
Yes,
for something like that's one of those like they'll cherish that for forever.
yeah. So I had one gentleman do an order, and he wanted to give his wife a purse for their anniversary, but they have a cattle ranch. And so he wanted their brand somewhere on the boot, in the boot, something. So I have an embroidery machine, and I embroidered in the liner uh, their uh, their brand. So that was really cool. He was beside himself. He just thought
Yeah,
that
I
was the
bet.
thing ever. That's pretty cool.
Have you ever made like a wallet from a boot?
I have made several different things. Yes, I have made a wallet, and I've made knife sheaves. I
Mhm.
made a diaper bag from somebody that the gentleman wanted a diaper bag from his boots, and it was the coolest thing ever. I've never made another one, but it was the coolest thing ever.
That's so cool. The style, I'm loving the style. I think it's we gotta you gotta send me some pictures. Actually, well, yeah. Where can I mean, I'll get to it at the end as well. But like, where can I find kind of some of the pictures of stuff?
Well, I wish I could have a website, but my things turn over so fast that it would be hard for me to keep up with a website.
Yeah.
So I'm still thinking about it, but every
Are you on
time
social media at all?
I'm on Facebook, and you can find me Person Boots, Pursen Boots.
Person Boots, nice.
Yeah.
Is that the
I,
name of the company?
yes, I did not do that myself.
That's
uh,
a solid
I,
name.
I had a really good friend who we played around with words, and she was the one that came up with that. So I have to give her the credit.
I
Pretty
mean,
cool.
wordplay like that is it's you can't beat it.
No, no. It's funny. I have my name and that on my truck, and people will walk by and go, "What is Person Boots?" And it's like, well, let me tell you.
Yeah. I need to get my so my company's Snowman Films. I need to get a decal for that because it definitely seems like it's a good billboard, especially in the mountains.
Yeah, yeah. And now I have it on everything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, let's see it.
I have it on
Oh,
everything,
that's awesome. Oh yeah,
everything.
I literally on your shirt. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's solid.
I'm an
Um,
advertisement.
yes, what you need to be, especially if you run your own business. You got to be your own biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. I have a
What's
lot.
what's up?
I have a lot of cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's great. I bet. When it's a cool business and you make good stuff, the cheerleading kind of comes natural.
Yes.
Do you have maybe a favorite top three pieces that you've made so far?
You know, I have one that I love it. It's kind of a greenish, and it's real country. And so I have purchased every boot that I could possibly find in that same pattern. And I probably have 7 or 8 purses from that pattern.
Yeah.
So
What's the
yes.
pattern?
It's just got flowers on it, and it's very earthy. And I just like it.
Yeah.
I don't have any right here.
Surrounded. Yeah, no. If anybody who's listening, she's surrounded by boot purses and patterns and epicness.
Yes, it's all about the boots.
Yes. It's all about the that should be the slogan.
Yeah, yeah. I have a shirt that says that. It's all about the boots.
That makes sense. Do you have a other than like I guess I mean you kind of already covered it with making a tribute boot to some, to a family member, but what's another of like the favorite stories or something that you've made?
Well, I have my most expensive one right now that I'm working on, and it's going to be priced at $500, and it's a CU boot. So
Ah,
I've got the fabric and everything on the inside that's all CU, and the boots are a limited edition, but I got a hold of them. And so that'll be my most expensive purse that I have for sale.
yeah.
I also have Bronco boots, and when I find
I was gonna say that would
yeah,
be a hell of a market.
that one's in the works right now, and I've got two of those in the works right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you done sports stuff before?
I have. I've done some every time I'm terrible at Facebook Marketplace. It wrangles me. And it knows that. It
Yeah.
knows it's like, come here, I have something to show you.
Oh man, you could kill it on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. So yeah.
Maybe it's the next steps. You need to get some paper. Okay. I told I've kids at home right now, and I was like, I just need an hour. I
I
just need
love
an
it.
hour.
I love
So yeah, what I also know that you mentioned that you're kind of really passionate about domestic violence advocacy. What kind of drives you to that, other than, the obvious of helping people? What are your connections with that?
I was in an abusive relationship with my husband of 17 years, and I finally found the strength. I didn't think that there was hope of ever getting away. And through Peaceworks in Bailey,
Mm,
I found that there is hope, and they let me stay at their facility. And I learned a lot about myself, and I grew, and I became the woman that I was meant to be, and had and no longer felt shame about what was going on. And so I'm very open about it. And that way people feel comfortable with talking to me about their situations.
yeah, kind of being a voice for people. That's actually fantastic. I'm in the process of going to be doing some charity work for them actually.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because yeah, Peaceworks
I'm,
is fantastic.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Tell
Good.
for people that are wondering, but tell me more about what they do and kind of how, the services they provide.
Peaceworks offers services to get out of any domestic violence situation, not only women, but men. Peaceworks has a shelter in the Bailey area that they have advocates that help you with anything. They were the first ones that helped me with my email for the
Hmm.
person. They helped me with my divorce paperwork.
Oh
They
wow,
gave
cool.
me, they have classes. They really are in tune to help you. And it's a short term facility. It's not a long term facility, but they certainly advocate for you to be able to go on your own. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, no, that's huge. I mean that bridge of getting out of a situation and finding a life outside of that is it's a hard thing to do.
It's big. It's big. I'm a survivor, and I didn't know I could make such an impact.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, way to go on helping other people that are in it, because that's something that's super needed.
Yes, and I'm still very active with them, and I donate a lot of my funds are donated. Actually, another cool thing about my purses, one of the advocates had helped me with I made a purse for Miss Dolly Parton, and
Nice.
she also has shelters, and
Yeah,
so made a purse for her to auction through her, to help her facility.
that's
But
super cool.
Peaceworks, they helped me out with that.
Yeah, and you got it over to her and it,
Yeah.
it went through and everything.
Yep. Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And that was still while I was in the shelter. So that really gave me a boost.
Yeah. That's funny. That was literally going to be my next question. Is like, what was the most rewarding moment for you through Advocacy and to the craft? And you already
Yeah,
got there.
that was it. That was it.
I'm gonna. This is great. It's gonna be a little shorter today. You've been reading my mind on the next questions.
Yeah, you have no idea I can do that. No. I have won first place with my purses 3 years running and Park County Fair. And so
Very
that's
cool.
just something that I'll always cherish.
I'm gonna have to come to the next one on that.
They're really cool. I mean,
Yeah,
it's 10 days. It's really cool.
we're definitely for sure because we're actually as of recording this, it's late February, and I believe we're gonna be trying. So we live in Evergreen right now, but we're gonna try to get over to the Bailey Pine area this summer. So that sounds like something that we need to definitely come check out.
And Bailey Days also is in July.
Yes,
And then Hartzell. I don't know if you know where Hartzell is.
it's yeah. My wife has done some work there.
Yes. Oh, really? Oh, funny. So those are, those are my ones that I just love to do. And
Yeah.
I'm a vendor at all those.
Have you been? Did you go to the elevation celebration?
I did not this year. I had so many things going. I just
Yeah.
couldn't.
It sounds like it's a busy summer for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And it starts in January. And
Nice.
I'm going to try to throw in there going to Nashville. So
Yeah, right. Oh my God. And is that mostly for kind of the physical products? Is that mostly what you're doing is being a vendor at, festivals and
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
the best kind of how the business has worked the best for you?
Yeah, I like having my businesses here, and I
Yeah.
try to I go on Mondays and fill everybody up, all my vendors. And so I am in the process of buying a new van. I have a
Cool.
little right now, but I want to do like Aspen and some
Yeah.
of the Telluride because I can.
Yeah.
It's just me and the pup.
Spread it out a little bit.
That's it. And I
What are your I know I'm sure all of your vendors are awesome, but who are some of your favorites?
Well, I have to say that Abrigada is right up there on top. Um, she has been the one that I started with. I started with my jewelry, and she has supported me through leaving my husband. And she's just been just such a great cheerleader. So
Yeah.
she's probably my favorite.
What type is it all people that are the vendors or is it businesses or kind of what's the spread on it?
It's businesses.
Yeah.
So, I have Abrigada. I have um, Conoco in Bailey. I have Coffee Bean and Bakery in Pine. She sells
Love
like a
coffee.
lot of my stuff. And she too helped me when I thought there was no hope.
Yeah.
So I have just great community.
The personal stories are the best. And that's why that's when we say mountain community, that's really what it is. It's like
It
you don't
is.
just have the business, but you have, good people that are helping other good people.
Yes. And, I always have people saying, don't forget to update your story, on Nextdoor so we can all follow.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh, I bet next door would be a really good one for you.
It is. And I do the Conifer High School Fair. That's a big
Hmm.
one. I do a lot of them.
I love it. You're all about the events. That's fantastic.
I am.
And you get to, and what's cool with that too is you get to directly be talking to the community and you'll see that's just,
Exactly.
it becomes kind of a tradition.
Yeah. People that I have conversed with on Nextdoor for the longest period of time. And, they'll come up and say, I have followed you and your story. And and it's like, oh, I get to meet these people now.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, that's the cool thing about the local social media too. I get the same kind of thing from like Facebook groups where,
Uh-huh.
again, you're talking to somebody and then you finally meet them in person. You're like, oh, it's you. I know
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, yeah. And I will always carry one of my purses into all the stores or
Yeah, of
whatever.
course.
We'll say something, and I'll say, well, I make purses from Cowboy Boots, and they'll say, that's you. They do that, I just love it.
That's super rewarding. You may have already answered this, but if it's a different answer, I'm interested. If you could design a purse for any historical figure, who would it be and what would it look like?
Oh, it would be somebody vintage. I love vintage.
Yeah,
Um,
because you
I,
already had the Dolly Parton one. So other than Dolly Parton,
is there anything greater than that?
no, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's a solid answer.
Yeah, uh,
And it just fits so well.
it
It's
does. It,
vintage and country and the whole just she embodies it.
it was a purse that was just these beautiful butterflies that were embroidered on here, and that's how it started. She does a lot of music that has butterfly in it,
Mm,
and so that's why it just made sense.
absolutely. And she's an icon.
Yes, she is. Yes, yes, very humble.
Yeah, and again, doing so much, I mean, just it kind of covers all your bases, like also doing amazing work with the shelters and like giving
Right.
back and all the work she's done with kids.
Yeah.
Like just a truly amazing hit. And I that's actually a bucket list for me is to go to the what was it, Dollyland or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know how it
Park.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
sweet.
I'm not taking the dog, so
There you
it's
go.
me. Hopefully, I'll have a new van by then, and if not, I'm just gonna rent some places, and I can just go do whatever I want. But my purses will be right there, and
That's called freedom. That's fantastic.
yeah.
Um, what's one of your favorite quotes and why?
Oh, you know, I know I have them. I can't think of anything right now.
I know I kind of put you on the spot.
Oh, yeah, I do have favorite quotes. I have favorite quotes. I don't know.
Mine is right behind me here. It's nobody cares, work harder.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And the other one is what was it? You now I'm forgetting. See,
See,
unless
midnight wake up and we'll go, I know.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I thought of it. I thought of it. Outside of your, and it sounds like this is kind of your hobby as well, but outside of the career, is there a hobby that kind of lets you relax and takes you away from it all?
If I didn't have my purses, I wouldn't know what to do. And because I have a very needy dog, she can't be left.
I've been
So
seeing her poking her head up.
yeah, everything I do with her. So I don't have really much. And all my employees come here to the cabin, and
Yeah,
so I see people come.
yeah. No, that's great. I mean, if you have, especially if you have the workstation set up at the cabin, like that's such a cool, that's like the definition of like little family
Yeah,
business, like
yeah.
everybody working together and
It's been
fires
really
going
interesting.
and
It's interesting running a business out of a 600 square foot cabin.
right. I bet.
It's little.
600. Oh my God. And
I
it's
know.
wow. So there's not
Yeah.
much space to walk around at all.
No, no. Yeah, it's little.
Is it just around
But
a big table?
well, we actually will be in different places depending on who's here and what we're
Okay.
doing. Yeah. And I have a lot of things in Rubbermaid, and it's like, okay, when one is ready to be punched, it'll go in one bin that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
punches, and and so on and so forth.
Down the line it goes.
I'm amazed at how smart I am.
You figured it out. I mean, again, just the idea, just to have that creative of an idea and make it
Yeah,
into a business that can support employees, I'm super impressed with.
yeah, yeah. So I'm a retired nurse and an EMT. So I have done my duties.
Yeah, 100%. I back in the day I was an EMT as well.
Oh
If
yeah,
it paid better, I'd still be doing it part-time.
yeah. For being not for anybody that's a single parent.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. No, it's a I love the medicine field. But it's just it's a crazy world. How long
And
were you a nurse for?
I graduated in '82, so and then I retired 4 years ago.
Wow. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so full. Okay, so full kind of career, and then this has kind of been the side project that's now kind of
yeah. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my purses. I
yeah.
just, through any kind of hard times or tragedies or anything I've had,
Come back
that's
to
it.
the thing you love.
That's it.
How long have you been making them?
I have been making them probably for about 6 years now, but
Okay.
really a business for the last 4 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wait, also like way to figure out a way to monetize on a hobby and to
Right.
kind of turn it into something bigger because that's how I started too. I started just making videos in high school and here we are. I founded the company in 2012 and here we are. It's been a wild ride, but I get to making videos for clients is I would be making them for fun anyway.
Wild ride. That about says it.
Wild ride. That's perfect. So yeah,
Yeah.
tell people. So you okay? So they can find you at the different events. Tell people kind of where they can get in touch with you.
They certainly are welcome to go to Abragata or Coffee Bean and Bakery, or I don't know if you'll have my phone number up, but they're
I
always
can.
well. If somebody says, I really want it, my girlfriend really likes turquoise. What do you have in turquoise? And I'll send them a bunch of pictures of what I have in stock. I probably have, I probably have right now here. I probably have 200 purses.
Nice. Yeah. Got to keep
Yeah,
the
or
stock up
more. Yeah,
that are finished.
that are finished and ready for a vendor. So I do one boot purses that are really cool. That's a
Yeah.
boot.
I'll tell you what. My wife doesn't carry a purse, but as a bag, as like a bag, that would
Yeah.
be pretty. I think she'd be into it.
Yeah. So those are, and those are all those kind of bags. I say anything that you're gonna go into a bar with will fit in one of those bags.
Yeah.
Those are the hottest sellers right now.
I bet. Yeah. It's the single, the kind of just the essentials.
Yeah, yeah, so
Such a cool style. Well, I absolutely love it, and I appreciate your time coming on and chat with me.
well, thank you so much for the invite. I have had
Absolutely.
fun.
Everybody go check out Person Boots, and I will link all the info in the show notes. And if you are watching or listening, thanks for being here, and I will see you next time.